gentlemen, here's John and Danny. Hello. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of Grim After Dark, a Tuesday show on the Frontline Gaming Network. I am John, and as I promised everyone, I will get my name right this week. So yeah, I am John, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host Television.
Hi, John. I'm Danny. I promise that I may forget my name. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Who knows? We have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. We're going to be talking books. Danny, why don't you take us through what's kind of going on tonight?
Okay. Well, tonight we're going to be doing a segment of Taylor, where we're going to be going over the first book in the Fabius Bile series, Primogenitor.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And if you guys haven't heard, if you haven't heard of our Taylor before, we talk some of our favorite Black Library books and sometimes some really bad ones, but mostly really super good. So there will be some spoilers ahead for that Fabius Bile book, but if it does make you feel any better, a lot of the conversation gets very focused into really weird things and doesn't really spoil huge amounts. You would say, right, Danny?
Oh, yeah, but you know what? If this is spoiling something for you, this book has been out for like 2.5 years. So like you should probably just get with it.
Yeah, we only promise to review books that have been out so long we're going to shame you. For Black Library, my Black Library book pile of shame is very similar to my gray plastic pile of shame. But I think without any further ado, we should bring on Taylor of Taylor.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hello, I'm here.
Hello. I like how, by the way, I just kind of noticed that your television is much bigger than Danny's, which is, I think, something in the writer.
I'll try to block it with my head.
I need to get a hold of that contract, John, to be honest with you. Like, I think my screen should be just as big, if not bigger, than the guest screen. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, like small screen. That's perfect. Large head, small screen. It's the best way that works. So yeah, Taylor, we asked you to come on today to talk to us about a book. We didn't kind of tell you which one to go for, and you chose Fabius Bile's Primogenitor, which I think is the official title for it there.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Exiled into the depths of the Eye of Terror for his dark deeds, former Emperor's Children apothecary Fabius is drawn back to the Imperium in search of a secret that could be the key to save his misbegotten life. Joshua Reynolds wrote this book, the first in a trilogy of Fabius Bile's books, or Fabius Bile books. Too many B words. Taylor, take it away.
Yeah, so everyone knows who Fabius Bile is at this point, I think, at least. He's easily one of my favorite Chaos characters, especially in this first book, which I think is probably the strongest of the three. We are introduced to... So the first half of this book is Fabius Bile's cast of weirdos and who they are and what they do and why he thinks they're cool.
That is a much better title, by the way, than Primogenitor.
Yeah, you just write the whole thing right there on the cover.
What, like cast of weirdos? That's what you think is the
Fabius Bile and his cast of weirdos. It's very Emperor's Children-y.
Yes. Taylor, why is Fabius Bile one of your favorite chaos characters?
There's a bunch of reasons. One, he's just a mean old man, and I just think that's just god dang funny. Two, he's an atheist in the Eye of Terror, which is also just really funny. He hates demons. He doesn't think the gods are real. One of the best scenes in the book is telling a demon very enthusiastically that you're not real. You need to stop it. Shut up. You need to stop. You're not real.
Uses the same tactics that kids use in kids' horror movies to get rid of the bad man.
True.
Right. Basically, you fight demons the same way you fight Freddy Krueger. It's the same stuff. Yeah. So he's just great. And his cast of weirdos is also very strong. Before this book, there wasn't there's a consortium, right? And the consortium is just a build your own weirdo apothecary for trader players, which is fun. But in this book, they actually give it a bunch of flavor and actual people, and it's good stuff.
So tell us some more about like this consortium of people that Bile surrounds himself with in this book.
So we first, so basically the first scene in the book is introduced in Consortium, and we meet them through the eyes of Oleander. And Oleander is a third Legion apothecary who followed Bill basically from when he decided it would be a good idea to start implanting speakers into people up until a undecided point in the near past where he did a big betrayal and had to leave. He's now back from his big betrayal and has a proposal for the Consortium. Which is, you guys want to go kidnap a craft world?
I mean, who wouldn't?
That's basically it. That's all he's got. But so we meet Arian, which is a really excellent world eater character. He's noted as talking like a soft baby man to keep.
Sorry, is that an exact description or like?
It's an exact quote.
The exact verbatim description is he talks like a overbred backwater noble to to hold back the beast within, the monster within, being a world eater.
I love that world eaters can calm their infinite rage by doing silly voices. Favorite part of this book so far.
It's the silly voice. It's the bandolier of skulls of all his friends. It's the constant overdose of medication he's pumping into his blood at all times. Standard stuff.
He does some like sock puppet theater just to kind of act out his emotions.
I was going to say world eaters need more marionettes, like for real. Like I think that some good old puppeteering could solve that the bite of the butcher's nails, right?
It's literally just the skulls, right? So like you have the bandolier of skulls, then you just stick your fingers in there and you just do this. I'm World Eater Sevatar. Wait, never mind. That's a different guy. Oh no!
And I'm glad we're getting voices too. Thank you. I appreciate
I love that.
I'm trying. So he's there, and he's really cool. He's honestly my favorite character besides Bile in this series. From there, we have Honorable Zemisky's. He's honorable because he's just kind of a nice guy, I guess. He never speaks, but he's a big Iron Warrior guy. And he shoves people's faces into Castellic's robots, and he calls that medicine. And Fabius Bile just think that's just so funny, so he keeps him around.
I like that the idea of you're healed, your body is fine, you don't have any ailments from your body. And like, well, I don't have a body anymore, so it's fine. Works.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Technically correct.
Put my brain into a Castellax, and that's all I need. I don't need this genetic stuff. Just put me in a robot. That's all I want. And Zemisky's gets that, and that's I really relate to that. There's only a couple more who are important. There's the Death Guard guy who keeps a small beast of Nurgle around as a pet all the time. He's notable as being explicitly chaos corrupted, where most of the Consortium is not. They're just kind of weirdos. But this dude is like, yeah, I love Nurgle. He's the coolest. I have this demon right here. Do you see the demon? Don't let it touch you. You'll die.
It's like someone with a miniature pig at a dog park.
Right, except when the pig touches you, you violently, disassociate. All of your atoms come apart and you melt into goo.
Well, if you talk to my doctor, if I touch a pig, my atoms violently fall apart in awful ways.
Cool.
John, we have a name for this. It's called swine flu. Like it happened just a few years ago.
Oh,
that's fair. It's the old honest.
That is what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. That's why everyone was so scared. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I was like 7 years old.
That's probably true. Oh, man.
You guys are old. Did you know?
Now I do. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we have our Death Guard guy with his little miniature pig. We have our corn marionette kind of person trying to do improv comedy theater. What else we got in there?
There's Oleander, who's the Slanesh guy, obviously, being the Third Legion. He just kind of put some metal in his hair, and he made his eyes dark, and he made his teeth longer, and he was like, yeah, I'm chaos corrupted. I love chaos. This is all I need.
You're like a goth kid at Hot Topic.
Essentially, yeah. So he comes to Bile, and he's like, hey, do you want a craft world? And Bile's like, no, not really. I have like 1 million of those downstairs. And he's like, well, this one is alive. And he's like, oh, I see. And you know what? How about let's ask the consortium? So he puts them in front of, and there's about 40 members. The consortium is ever changing. Sometimes people will just make Fabulous Bill mad and he'll just kill them for fun. And sometimes they'll just leave. So it's about 40 rotating members. And so he's like, hey, Oleander, how about if you can convince like 2 or 3 people, I'll go kidnap a craft world with you. That's all I need. I just need 2 or 3. And he's like, okay. And if you can't, I'll grind your bones to make my bread or whatever it is apothecaries do to heal people.
Yeah, no, that ogres and apothecaries are both very good at that.
Essentially the same thing. Honestly,
bone famously low in gluten as well, so it's good for them.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, that's I have a question.
Yo, what's up?
Anywhere in this book does it describe? And this is a question that we're getting in chat quite often. How much skin does Fabius Bile like try and get rid of over the course of this book?
Well, the first time we see him, he's actually peeling a bunch of skin off so he can take a bunch of organs out of them because they're all exploding or melting or being soft, which is weird. I don't like it when bones are soft, suboptimal. So
me either. Nobody likes a floppy femur, right?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need that. So Fabius, obviously, if you don't know, Fabulous is constantly dying of mega cancer, and he's switched at this point. He's switched bodies 4, 5, 7, 18, a million times, but the mega cancer follows him throughout everybody that he's in, no matter where he goes, and it's getting like faster. So he needs a cure now, like right now, like give me a cure, but not yet. So okay. And to answer the question, a lot of flesh. There's a lot of flesh in this book, like a lot. And he's constantly murdering all of it. So Oleander is like, hey guys, Fabulous Bill said, you guys could come along if you wanted the craft. Do you want it? Do you want the craft world? Yes or no? And the Night Lord is like, you suck. And the red guy is like, I also think that you suck. And basically every non-named person in the consortium also thinks that Oleander sucks. We don't know what he's done at this point, but it's got to be something like real lame to get so mad at people whose hobbies is flaying people alive. Like if a Night Lord thinks you're kind of a weirdo, like I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, so he convinces the aforementioned like 3 guys to come with him, and they out of 40, which is a terrible percentage.
Man, yeah, that's really bad. He needs to pump up those numbers.
Those are rookie numbers.
Success rate.
You only have 5 chaos apothecaries to do weird stuff with. Come on, man. Anyway, so he doesn't get rendered down for parts, and that's cool. And so we're introduced to Bile's ship and his ship full of nerds and his ship full of weirdos. Also the Glandhounds, which are awesome. Glandhounds are cool.
Oh, I forgot about the Glandhounds. Yeah, I gotta say, I did stifle a giggle every time I read across a page Glandhound.
I think dirty things when I read that, to be honest with you. Like, so you're not alone.
I just think of really, really sweaty dogs.
Like not modified at all, just really wet at all times.
What about his pet word bearer?
Yeah, okay, cool. We don't get much time with him at that point. But what is his name? I think it's Sicarius, but that sounds wrong. That's another guy. I'm gonna
Cato Sicarius, famed word bearer.
Yeah. So okay, so the Dark Council, which is the word bearer's ruling body, sent this guy whose name I can't remember to kill Fabulous Bill. Because he's an atheist and that's weird. Stop being weird. He failed really bad, like really terribly bad. The minute he landed, he essentially lost like half of his force or whatever. It's not gone into super big detail other than he got big owned. So Fabulous was like, you know what? I could use a demon guy. You do demon stuff. I could use a demon guy. And so he puts like a bomb in him. And then he puts another bomb in him, and then he puts like molecular acid in him, and then he puts like a bunch of other stuff. And if he ever does anything to make Fabulous mad, he'll just immediately detonate in like 15 million different ways. And so that's how he buys his loyalty. And that's how he does a bunch of warp stuff, because you're in the warp. You got to do a bunch of warp stuff all the time. And
well,
this
yeah,
dude
he's
is
got chaos cancer.
right.
I mean, that's basically,
Yeah, that's it. This guy's a lot like
Like-
Iskander Kaon. They're very similar.
Yeah.
Except instead of keeping greater demons in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, he keeps them in little glass pots.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's really cool. He comes along because he has to, otherwise he'll explode.
Right.
It's fair. Good motivation, good management.
That's good motivation.
Yeah. You want to come? No. Well, I'll blow you up. Oh, damn. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess then yeah. If all my bones will melt or whatever, I guess I'll come. So he comes along. His bones don't melt. Nope. They get in the
because of their
ship.
softness.
Right. Gross. And Oleander's like, all right, now I'll tell you the next stage of the plan. Now that we're in your weird ship, and basically they're going to go to a chaos like marketplace, except it's like an entire planet. And also Eldar come there sometimes. Right. Okay. So the whole goal here, obviously, is to get the craft world. But how do you get the craft world? Well, we can't just walk up to the craft world. No, not yet. Because you can't just walk up, because the Emperor's children smell bad. They smell like Slaanesh. And the Eldar think that that's lame as hell. So they got their big sniffers out.
Like, what with the near annihilation of their species? They're a little iffy on Slaanesh.
Eldrad says it's cringe, so we got to run away. But yeah.
Cringe.
So
Eldrad down with the kids.
Yeah. Eldrad is down with the kids. He talked to Call one time. He's like, "You're young." He's like, "No." Anyway, the Craftworld got their big sniffers out, and if anyone who worships Slaanesh comes into sniffer range, they just run away. Because a Craftworld is apparently, even though planet-sized, still significantly faster than whatever the nerd like Monkai can do, which cool. So how do you get past the sniffers? Well, we got to find an Eldar guy. With just one Eldar guy? Yeah, just one Eldar guy. We just need one? All right, cool. So we're going to go to the big chaos marketplace to find an Eldar guy. Yes, that's the plan. Okay, awesome. So they do that. And it's like 2 chapters long. It's a really great. I would definitely, if you like chaos or just in general, recommend going and find that scene, because it's really interesting mishmash of like how beings actually survive in the eye, right? Because it's a big weird time in there. But eventually they do locate a Corsair, and Corsairs' lives are just terrible all the time. They get bullied constantly. So.
They can't be fielded in like 9th or even 8th, I think.
No, they were deleted for 9th, I'm pretty sure. But you could field them in 8th. They had the scatter lasers. It was it was awesome. That. Yeah, it was great. You could put them in Venoms. It was cool. Their jetpacks look really
life's
bad.
Not so bad. Look at all those transports they have. Apart from apparently being for sale at Chaos marketplaces.
Well, they are only in the elite slot, so you can't take very many of them. Anyway. So they can't buy an Eldar. An Eldar is just there. But there's a bunch of them. And so they're like, all right, cool. We got to go kidnap an Eldar. We got to go get her. And there's a big chase sequence. And then the Harlequins show up. And the Harlequins are great. The Harlequins they're my favorite faction actually in 40K. For sure. But they're in all 3 of these books, and they're awesome in all of them. And so the Harlequins show up. They do a big fight. They do manage to get one Eldar, just one. And they're like, great, we got the one. That's all we need. What are we going to do with the one that we need? I don't know. Okay, great. What they're going to do...
Make into a plant, right?
Right. So what they're going to do is they're going to put her in the Wraithbone Garden, and then they're going to scream at the Wraithbone Garden, and then she's going to become a key. That's the plan. They're going to scream really loud. All right, cool.
So
who do we know?
They're going to shout at a stone until an alien becomes a key.
Yes. Who do we know who can shout the loudest?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's Noise Marines. Obviously. Yeah. So, okay, cool. They have the Eldar. They need to get Noise Marines. Well,
famous winners of a yelling contest in the eye. Like, I mean,
every year, undefeated.
I love the bands Eye of Terror, like 30K through 41K winners.
I feel like a Norse Marine sometimes. Constant screaming. Constant screaming is the only way I can feel validated. I feel that.
Good.
Yeah.
Speaking as someone with an earpiece in right now, please don't scream. But
just
continue. They find a Noise Marine.
Just come to any tournament with me. Anyway, so they don't have a Noise Marine yet. They have to go get one. You'd think as a Chaos faction, you could just, like you're already Emperor's Children, just put him right in there in the troop slot. He's just right there. Just pay like 135 points, whatever. Fine. So we go to Oleander's previous boss. I think he's like the Radiant Prince, I believe is his name. I don't think he's mentioned previously, but I could just be wrong. I don't really care about the Emperor's Children. I think they're big nerds. So I'm not super up to date on all their captains.
Our chat's doing pretty good right now. They're talking about the chaos version of Eurovision is Eye of Terrorvision, which is pretty great.
Ooh. Man, I could get down with that.
I mean, look at Lordy. I mean, like you're right there. You're right there.
We're almost there. I want the sun to come out and scream at me. Anyway, so we gotta go talk to the boss, and the boss is like a big weird guy, as all Chaos people are. He's physically large, but he's a big weird guy. He's sitting on a chair of made of people, which that's fun.
As you do.
As you do, you must do. And he's like,
as I am right now,
right, as we all are. I am made of people, and I'm sitting with me, so it counts.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, cool. All of this is for me. I'm the coolest boy in school, so you gotta go make me be a big demon prince. And they're like, you are the coolest boy in school. We are gonna do that. Do you have a Noise Marine we could borrow? And he's like, yeah, I have like 100. 100 Noise Marines, cool. Yeah. How do we get those? Well, you gotta walk 3 days that way over the hull of my ship and hope they don't kill you. And they're like, all right, coolest boy in school, we'll go do that. And so apparently Noise Marines don't like to hang out with people who don't scream. Go figure. So they've carved out a section of the ship for themselves where they can just scream all day. They can just do whatever they want.
Yep.
And it's
they also have screaming lemurs there too, right? Like lemur people that like
They have like weirdo server mutants who have like quickly adapted to life next to them, who just have giant chests so they can have giant lungs so they can do a big scream all the time. All of the time.
Like the worst off-Broadway show I've ever heard of.
This version of Cats sucks.
Worse than the movie.
I think it's better, personally.
Wait, the enhanced version? Or
the one where you can see like the valley on their face. The uncanny one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. So they get to Scream Village, and they're like, all right, guys, we know you love to scream. What if one of you could scream so loud a planet died? Do you think that would be cool? And one of them is like, yes, that sounds like the sickest thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
I'm really glad you're nailing these quotes here. Thank you so much.
I just want to be very clear to every single person watching right now. These are exact quotes taken from the book.
Yeah,
and this was like right after he crushed a can of Monster Energy off his face.
Yes.
Right. And then it was
like,
like,
Kyle, strap into the chair.
All right, Ramos. We need you to just be so loud that psychic energy itself explodes. And he's like, that sounds like the coolest thing I've ever heard of. You mean I can just do that? Why weren't we doing this before? Why are we not doing it right now? Okay, Kyle, calm down. Just chill. So we get Kyle. We got to go back to the Radiant King or whatever. And he's just standing there being weird. There's a bunch of political back and forths going on. So with all of his underlings assume that when the Radiant King ascends to be the coolest boy in Prince Slaaneish's school, instead of being the coolest boy in school here, that he'll leave, right? They're like, yeah, if you become a god or whatever, you stop being on the plane of existence that we currently occupy, and then I can have your job. And he's like, yeah, that probably makes sense. And he stares at them. That probably makes sense. That's wrong, though. And there's also this weirdo lady who she murdered a Marine and took his armor. And Slanesh thought that was like the coolest thing he'd ever seen, so he made her bigger. And then he gave her a big mace. And so now she leads like a fourth of the warband. Yep. And they're called, I don't remember. I have no idea.
That's a really catchy name.
Retinue.
Mace? Yeah.
I don't remember.
The Joybound. There it is. That's what they're called. They're called the Joybound.
I don't like that as much.
Yeah, no, it's very creepy.
I don't like happiness, so that tracks.
Right. I don't know why the Radiant King has to be like this. So, all right, cool. We got the guy. We're gonna take him to the ship, which is alive, by the way, and we're gonna shove as much Wraithbone into it.
Forget about that.
Yeah, we're gonna shove it in there as much as we can, and then we're gonna have Kyle scream at it for like 3 months, and it's gonna be awesome. And so Kyle's like, yes, that sounds great. I will do that. And so him and his friends become gardeners.
Wait, what?
This actually happens.
Are they just sort of like, no, you guys were meant to scream at this. Why are you planting flowers right now?
It turns out, apparently, with Wraithbone, you can do both. So Wraithbone is super psychically reactive, right? So apparently the sounds that Noise Marines emit are psychically based, which I guess makes sense because it's chaos stuff. So they just scream chaos stuff at some plants until they get what they want. And there's like 100 of them doing this constantly.
Do you think their songs have lyrics, or is it just like they're yelling the word chaos over and over again at the?
I like to imagine it's just the bass boost sound turned up to 13 and just just let loose forever.
It's nothing but Avril Lavigne songs from 1998.
Man,
but like
that's boy.
but punk versions of them, like actual punk.
Oh, okay. It's when people do chipmunk versions of songs, it's like that.
Yeah, okay.
Same pitch and tone and everything. It's great. Yeah, nailed it.
Right.
Now I get it. It's in my head now.
We got there. Okay. Oh man, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. So I'm gonna jump back a little bit because I forgot the best part of the book where
we'll fix it in post. It's not live. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes
totally
sense.
Isn't live. You're fine.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm great at this. I'm doing well.
You are.
So when they're going to the marketplace, Sicarius or whatever is like, you got to turn off your Gellerfield so that we can get through the warp zone to wherever or whatever. And Bile is like, yeah, cool. I will do that now.
Voice is coming from?
I don't know.
I love it.
They're coming from my heart.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to say, we have you on Mob Rules and you do these great book reports for us. We bring you onto like the Frontline Gaming Network and you do book reports with voices and direct quotes. And at this point, I'm like, come on, man.
I'm sorry. I'll do better. I'll stop ruining everything I touch.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, no problem.
Please.
So, okay, cool. So we got to get through the warp, whatever. There's a bunch of demons, so we got to turn off our Gellerfield. And he's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. And then he does that. And then a Keeper of Secrets shows up, and they're like, Fabulous. I've waited so long to meet you. I have a message for you from the prince. And as soon as he appears on screen, Fabulous Bill starts beating it with his big stick, with his big tormentor stick, just smacking it, just screaming at it the whole time. Like, you are not real. You are not real, and I hate you. Why are you on? Get out. Leave. And he shoots it in the face, and he smacks it a bunch of times. And it's like, no, please. I just have a message. Why are you being so rude? And as he's slamming its face into the deck, like screaming, you are not real, Gellerfield comes back on, and then it leaves. Cool.
Now I just imagine Fabius Bile to be like the old dude from Up.
Oh,
And just
yeah.
permanently, grouchy, hitting on things. His little bomb minion dude is like Russell, the little kid from Up.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's the surgeon.
That's the narrative I'm forging right now. Let me tell you guys.
I will definitely forge this narrative with you. Okay. Cool. So they take the Up house balloon to where like the
which is alive.
Right. Oh. By the way, the craft world that we're searching for is Luganoth, and that's an actual craft world that's talked about every so often in Codex. They're the ones who tried to enter Nurgle's realm and got riggedy wrecked for it.
Yeah. Bad choices.
Yeah, made bad choices. So they show up, and in order to defeat the Sniffers, you got to plug Ramos, the biggest and strongest noise marine. You got to plug him into the Wraithbone and then plug the Wraithbone into the warp field generator or whatever. And then he's got to scream real big. He's got to do the biggest scream there ever was. And so he's like, all right, cool. I'm going to sing this song of Slaanesh now. And it's going to be the sickest thing anyone has ever heard in my entire life. He crushes the Four Loko against his forehead and he just lets it go. And then the big Sniffers die, and part of the craft world is completely obliterated. Oh my god, am I talking about the right book?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sure are. Don't worry. You're good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he belts out Skater Boy over the giant thing. And doesn't that cause like some kind of field to like shield them and get them in all like secrets to like?
Right. So obviously it's very noticeable. They basically turn off the field that's keeping them out.
Missing part of the craft world now, right?
Right. There's a big hole in there, Hello, I see you. Are you guys in here? Let me in.
A couple of Dire Avengers like, was this here yesterday? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Generations.
Probably.
All of our
Eldor have famously bad memories, so.
They do, yeah. They don't have a book of grudges. Anyway, so right, okay, cool. So I think, oh god, so we do the big scream, the biggest scream there ever was, and we invade exactly, just like that, and we invade Luganoth, and it's kind of a big extended battle sequence where all of the plot confluences are coming together. The coolest boy in school is trying to become a demon prince or whatever. Mm-hmm. Fabius is trying to get the bits of the Farseers that he wants that are crystal because they do that. Oleander continuing to just be a weirdo. Zemisky's continuing to be a weirdo. The Nurgle guy, I think, is just on the ship chilling because he's lazy, but I don't actually remember.
He's got to look after his pet pig, so
Right.
Yeah.
Teacup pigs are really high maintenance. People don't realize that.
They are. They really are.
It's not fair. So, okay, really cool. So the big battle happens. And the coolest boy in school, I don't know why I have no idea where that came from. Anyway, he is eating all the soul stones he can. They're just like doing a big circle around him, and he's just like forced his jaw open, and they're all falling in. And he's like, yes, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened. And then the Harlequins come back, and they're like, oh god, it's the Harlequins? Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh,
imagine like catching your grandpa at a country kitchen buffet on a Sunday morning and just him slowly looking like, oh, what are you doing?
Right. Okay. So you catch your grandpa breaking his jaw to stuff in more mashed potatoes. And then 40 clowns come out of the walls and they do a big dance around him. Right.
And it's not even his birthday.
They're dancing. They're singing. They're honking their horns. And then all of them simultaneously take out their knives and stab him 400 times. This is your grandpa, right? And he's dead now. And he is no longer apotheosizing into a big cool man in the big cool sky and the big cool Slaanesh's palace. That's no longer happening. However, Fabius did get the cool piece of a Farseer's butt or whatever he was looking for.
Yeah.
He got that, and then the Harlequins.
He's using it for an ingredient, right? For one of his recipes.
He's like, this will be the cure that gets all the super cancer out of my soul. We don't know.
How are you staying consistent with voices between characters?
How do you keep track of that?
It's in my heart. Don't worry about it. And so the Shadow Seer that's been following him is like, hey, I see you found the piece of thing or whatever. You can have that. Just get out of here. Go on. Go have fun somewhere else. I'll be watching you. Because she's just been constantly following him. Like she'll appear in his room, bonk him on the head, and then leave. She'll, show up with 40 of her friends and kill some of his guys and we'll laugh at him like, haha, you stupid nerd. You're doing what I want you to do, fate. Haha, cycle. That's kind of it. And so after the big man dies, they leave Oleander with the clowns because Fabulous knew the whole time that it was like a ploy, because Oleander was working with the clowns to get the craft world invaded, to get Fabulous here so he could get the thing, and also get the big man killed, and also kill a bunch of Luganoth dudes so that some other stuff would happen, and also they needed to, mess with this fate or whatever.
That's a really, really complicated plan, Taylor.
Oh my god, I missed so much of it. There's so much more.
I really dislike this about some Eldar plans, where they're like, why did you stand on that cat?
That cat,
wait, what?
15,000 moves from now, it'll be clear what I'm doing.
Right. That cat was omega important. You've now broken the cycle of fate. Would you like to reload a save or continue to play in the game state with threat of fate cut?
So I guess the main question right now. So I'm keep going. No, you're good. This can wait till the end.
I have no idea where I'm at. All right. And then
the Harlequin 400 times died.
Right.
Overly convoluted plot.
Right. And
and
then
got the butt stone.
I don't remember if this happens in this book, but I'm pretty sure at the end of the book, the Harlequin shows up in his room and is like, here's a USB drive. It has the location of Kamara Lamau, and then leaves. And that's the end of the book.
And Fabius is like, where do I plug this into?
What does this mean?
I don't have any Apple devices.
It's USB-C.
I only run the floppy disks, like a manipulator.
I guess all of this has me longing now for some kind of Ocean's 11 style chaos heist movie, with just overly convoluted plans and double crosses and backstabbings, because it seems to be sort of like a hallmark of this book here.
Do you mean Fabulous Bill 3? Is that what you mean?
Oh my gosh. I know we said we do like spoilers for 1, but yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So we already touched a little bit on the Keeper of Secrets scene where he just keeps beating up a so-called figment of his imagination. What are some other parts of this book that really stand out to you as like the very coolest parts of it?
I love everything with the Harlequins. I'm very biased there, though, so I'll just skip past that. I love all of the weird chaos stuff just kind of going on in the background. There's some hints here and there that the Chirurgeon, the thing on his back with the brain, you can see it on his model, it's becoming sentient and is doing its own experiments while he's asleep. I just think that's very fun. All of the Noise Marines in this book are excellent. They are exactly what you think a Noise Marine is and should be, especially Kyle. I love him. He explodes when he does that, by the way. He sings so big that his brain just ruptures, which is, cool. That was awesome.
But that's how he wanted to die, right? Like,
yeah,
right, totally. Yeah. He was like, this will be the sickest thing I've ever done. Why even live after? And then he explodes.
This is even better than that time I punched the hole in the drywall.
Right. Mom will respect me now. What else? I love his cast of characters. Arian, especially, which is the World Eater, is great. He's constantly great. Everything he does is very fun. And I just like World Eaters in general. I love that they're all apothecaries, so they all have this weird, twisted view of chaos, especially, obviously, Fabius, who just hates chaos, and he's like, that's not real. They're just big warp storms or whatever. That's stupid. No, stop talking to me about it. No, you're wrong. No, why are you being so faithful right now?
Sorry, on you go, Taylor. I'm cutting you off, and you're doing all the
No,
entertainment.
you're fine.
Go.
I don't know. Oh
Funny.
God, no, please.
Hey.
Like what's up?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say he walks into Sicarius's room to have theological debates with them, and if he gets too upset, he'll just bonk him and then leave, and then threaten to turn on the bomb. He never does.
Who doesn't love to
It's
bonk?
a real Rick and Morty vibe.
Yep.
Bonk.
Hey, so Chad asks, so if I see a clown at the buffet next week, shoot it? I'm trying to get the right response here by K.R. Quinn.
I think you should let it do whatever it wants, honestly. Yeah. It probably has your best interest in mind.
Yeah, don't make the clowns angry.
No, yeah.
If you kill that clown, maybe you're spoiling a plan where it showing up at a country kitchen buffet spoils like some plan galaxies away or with a light bulb switch or something.
If you kill that clown, he can't stop the terrorist attack.
Oh,
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was really worried about that specifically.
Me too.
Gotta leave clowns alone. Danny, from what you can remember of the book here, what was your kind of standout moment from it?
Well, I just realized that this book is also a heist book, more or less. So you now ruined it for me. Thank you, John.
It's awesome.
But you're welcome. All Fabius Bile books should be convoluted heists.
That's what they are.
I like the Glandhounds specifically, especially when they end up like the one challenges the leader for leadership, and she kills him and feeds him to Fabius Bile's plane.
Right. Because the plane is like, I love to murder. Murder is fun. Yeah. And she's like, cool, yeah.
It's called the Butcher Bird.
Yeah, the Butcher Bird. Cool. This dude gets way too big for his britches, and she just completely obliterates him.
She does.
I was there.
What about you, John? What was your favorite part?
I pretty much have to agree with Taylor, where the part where the Keeper of Secrets is just getting the absolute snot kicked out of it while also being told that it's not real. Being like shot in the face and the Keeper's reaction being like, ow, stop that. I'm just trying to tell you something. Come on.
Quit being a dick, dude.
The whole time Bile's just like, nope, punch, slam, go away.
I just have a message. Please let me do the message. No. Shut up. Stop it. That's great.
Did you see that 30-foot figment of my imagination that I just beep and banished?
I've never seen my imagination get so out of control before.
Wow. Everyone clap.
Please clap.
Oh, man. And yeah, much love coming from the chat as well, Taylor, including kind of, I think, my favorite response here of that they've read this book, feel like they shouldn't have just to listen to this, which is a great response.
Well, you got a plus on this book report. That was another one.
It's not warranted. I promise, it's not warranted.
So last week we did a game for a Beat Danny, and this week is no exception. We are not rehashing old waters of top 150 ITC player or main real estate agent, which was last week's very fair and fun game. This week, because we have Taylor and we're talking about Taylor, we are going to be playing Name of an RTT or a free Amazon Kindle romance novel.
Oh, cool.
So I have gone through Best Coast Pairings, which, by the way, if you are running events, there is no easier way than Best Coast Pairings. Everyone's using it. Get your scores uploaded automatically. It's fantastic. But I've gone through the last year of events on Best Coast Pairings, and I have pulled some names of events. I have removed certain words like tournament, RTT, things that would make it be very obvious right away.
I don't feel like this is fair anymore.
I know, and then I've gone through Amazon's Kindle site to see there's some sci-fi, there's some romance, there's some mystery, but they're all titles of real books. And I also went that extra step and got a synopsis of the book as well, so we can all enjoy what these very professionally written books are all about here.
Well, this is exciting.
As of last week's feedback, where Brad and Danny were so very nice to point out to me that I literally just did answer A, answer B, answer A, answer B the whole way down. I actually did go through and go on the internet and find a randomizer. So these are actually randomized now and not by me. So it won't be quite so obvious.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for that feedback, Danny. I appreciate that there.
You're welcome.
So what we're going to do this time is I have 12 of them total. We're going to start by asking Taylor, the guest, whether he thinks it's an RTT or a free book. You get it right, you get a point. You get it wrong, Danny gets a point. And then from Taylor, we'll go to Danny, and vice versa. That way I don't have to worry about buzzing in and noises and other things like that we can't afford because of this amazing set. So are you guys ready?
I'm so ready, dude.
Definitely, John.
Amazing. Okay, so the first one I have is Triumph and Tragedy for Taylor.
Amazon for sure.
No, that is actually an RTT in Northern Ireland. It was won by Michael McConkey with Death Guard.
That's
suck on that, Pearson.
Fine, I will.
We have, let me see here, the Carcosa Club for Danny.
The Carcosa Club.
The Carcosa Club.
That sounds... I'm going to go with romance novel.
No, that is an RTT out of New York, New York.
Yes, we both suck.
It's super good. Taylor, we have Welcome Home.
I feel like I can't deviate from... you know what? No, RTT.
It wasn't RTT. It was actually the RTT you played it on Saturday.
Oh my
so
God.
Very thankful that you got that.
I didn't know that. I wasn't going to guess that.
There was a little part of me that wished you got that wrong, so I could have played that joke on from last week, but it's fine. I didn't prep you. It's all good. We have Danny, Born in Fire.
All right, that's got to be, like, that's too obvious to be, like, an RTT. It's got to be a romance novel.
It is a romance novel. Born in Fire by K.F. Breen. Available for free on Kindle, because obviously. Supernatural bounty hunter isn't the sort of thing you've seen on LinkedIn. But with a rare type of magic like mine, I don't have many options. So dangerous or not, the job is mine. And it was going fine until an old as sin vampire stole my mark, and with it my payday. Knowing I'm poor and desperate, he has offered me a job. I'll have to work by his side to help solve a top secret case. Everyone knows not to trust vampires, especially a hot elder vampire. But without any other jobs coming up, I'm stuck as I uncover a web of lies and treachery, revealing an enemy I didn't know existed. The truth of my identity is threatened. I might make it out alive, only to end up in a gilded cage. 4.5 stars.
That was the secret. I spoiled it for you. You guys don't have to read it now.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to spoil this. A lot of these books are 4.5 stars. It's like some weird pyramid scheme for reviewing.
No way.
That's
with,
impossible.
like, what, 2 ratings?
That's fair, yeah. No, that last book actually has 3,503 with an average of 4.5.
Wow.
So super popular. Check it out. It's free.
It's like the Dresden Files of romance novels.
Taylor, we have Second Chance In.
RTT?
That is a romance novel, sir.
Damn it.
Susan Hadler's classic, an emotional homecoming that will tug at your heartstrings and inspire you to believe in happy endings. Wendy vowed never to return to the small coastal town where her parents abandoned her, but when she inherits the family inn at the beach, she must come home and face her past. Will handsome millionaire Max help her heal old wounds and open her heart? 4.5 stars.
Okay, hold on. I'd like to just point out that these titles are remarkably similar. I'm a little worried about the naming convention of RTTs. Like,
well, you see the purpose of the game. It's wonderful. Good times.
Well, that last one was just an episode of Silent Hill. Like, that's all that was for sure.
That's like, real fair. Sure. Real fair. So yeah, that was Danny. I asked that, right? Perfect.
No,
cool. It was Taylor. Good man. I'm following along. You're all good.
We're all here.
We're all here. We're all fun. So we have Danny, Triumph and Treasure.
Romance novel.
That is a romance novel. What gave it away? Was it the positivity?
The other triumph and like treachery that you decided to use? I decided that there's no way that there's 2 triumph and whatever available. I don't think people would use that.
So this is even worse. This is a Scottish romance novel, or kind of based on kind of like the old Highlander thing.
Did Innes write this?
Yes, he absolutely did.
As one of the only other people in Scotland, of course he did.
Yeah. There was only two of us. Sure. It's fine.
Right.
But yeah, one day Flynn, Earl of Luxmore, was a wealthy, carefree lord courting the woman he intended to wed. And the next day he's stripped of all but his title and left with no means to care for his loved ones. When the person responsible for his ruination offers him a solution, marriage to an unwilling and resentful American beauty, he has no choice but to accept. No,
yeah.
Not if he wants to care for his ailing mother, elderly grandmother, and disabled sister. 4.5 stars.
Wow.
John, is this a biography?
You know it.
More.
I feel like I'm just reliving history here.
You really are. Taylor.
Yes.
Deep Threat.
RTT?
It's a book.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, beef.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This one here, and again, I apologize for reading all of these descriptions, but they are all amazing, so I can't not do it. But Jarvis,
I mean, you could, but you were going to.
Exactly. It's by Scott Pratt. Jarvis Thompson, the most celebrated wide receiver in college football, vanishes along the Tennessee River in the middle of the night. The circumstances surrounding the receiver is, and then it cuts off. Wonderful. And then it goes to,
losers die. He fell in the river, guys.
Disappearances are ominous. Drugs, cash, and his mentor's brother lying in a pool of blood.
Whoa.
4.5 stars. I am not joking when I say every single one of these is 4.5 stars.
That's crazy.
Well, that's how you game this. You can't be 5 stars exactly, because then people will know something is wrong. You got to be 4.5 to get the algorithm.
That's fair. It's fair. Danny.
Yo.
It's going to be the last one here. Triumvirito.
Triumvirito?
Triumvirito.
I'm going to say RTT.
That is an RTT, yes.
Yeah.
Out of somewhere in Europe, Santiago. I want to say Spain, but that seems super obvious there. Won by Juan Butcher with his Death Guard. Another quality RTTs
that were won by Death Guard.
No, I tried to pick RTTs that were had titles that were really similar to romance novels, and they just so happen to all be won by Death Guard.
I'm sensing a connection. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sensing it.
The meta's not serious in those places. That's what it is.
I really like romance novels. Apparently, that's the thing. Cool. That's the tick. So yeah, Denny, you won. Congratulations. What? We're now a 1-1 split from this. So losing to Brad last week, which, when you lose to the ACO champ, even if it's in a weird game I made up on a Tuesday, no embarrassment there at all. We did beat Taylor because he does not know his Amazon romance novels.
I choose to feel embarrassment over that.
Thank you
that's
so much.
Absolutely fair.
John, I'd like to dedicate this victory to the meal that Reese said that I could have now that I won a game. He said I could eat them tonight, so I'm pretty excited about that.
A part of the contract is kitchen in. You can eat now. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Qdoba.
Oh, man. Qdoba isn't as good as Chipotle. It's not. It's not.
We
the
don't
same.
have Chipotle up here, so
it's not. It's not fair. It's not fair.
All right, guys. As I get hungrier talking about this amazing Mexican food at a convenient speed, Danny, anything else you want to talk over with Taylor before we sign off for the night?
The only other thing I'd like to mention is a place where you can get wonderful miniatures at a discount every day of the week, which is frontlinegaming.org. So go ahead and check that out.
Wow. It's almost like you got the website right first time this time and not got it wrong twice like I did last time.
I'm not going to say that I didn't practice that in the shower this morning, but,
Ooh. You don't have to. Don't worry. I don't want to hear it.
So keep that image in your mind, gentlemen, when you're thinking of those romance novels and also this episode.
When you're thinking of ordering Penny in the shower.
Please think of Deep Threat as you buy more Deep Strikers.
Hell yeah. Deep Threat.
I made a joke.
You did.
Yeah,
it was very.
You did a good job.
It was very good. Yeah. And then be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're recording live. Will be Signals from the Frontline with Shelby, Seth, and Kicker. And then obviously tune in for the Thursday show. where those guys will be talking over the events coming this weekend. And there's a ton of events coming this weekend. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, same.
Amazing. Taylor, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you taking us through the world of Fabius Bile as only you can, summarizing a 12-hour book in 40 minutes. That was seriously amazing.
I appreciate it. I can talk even faster next time.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I want to be out of here like 10 minutes ago.
Don't worry. You won't have to see as much of me next time. Promise. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on, Danny. Anything else you want to touch on there? Any other websites you want to promote?
No, not really. Thanks for showing up tonight, guys. It was great to catch up with some folks in the chat. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
We will be here next week with another amazing guest, another terrible game.
Yep.
Will Danny be beat? Does he care? We'll answer those questions next week. But yeah, on the Frontline Gaming Network, I've been John. Got it right this time.
I've been Danny.
I've been Taylor.
He's been Taylor, yeah. We will see you later.